Alright guys, it's been just under 5 months since we first indexed my programmatic travel site New.to, and in the last video I said that we needed to get some high quality backlinks. So over the last month and a half, I've been using HARO to try and get some outrageous backlinks to this damn site that isn't picking up any traffic. So towards the end, I'll show you guys the current performance of the website and what I'm planning on doing next. Now, if you're unfamiliar with HARO, it's a free platform where journalists seek input, sources, and comments from industry experts. And so you'll basically receive these requests via email, and the email basically looks like this. So you'll get a full-on massive list of different requests. If you scroll down to any request, you get the summary. So what is the reverse of a smoky eye for a makeup artist? And so if you are a makeup artist, you'll have the specifics down here. Then you can send a request, and if they accept your request, then you can get featured in whatever website that is. The cool thing is that a lot of these requests come from journalists from some pretty big websites. I've seen the New York Times, Wall Street Journal, amongst a bunch of other ones. And now the key is responding quickly with insightful and valuable answers in order to be featured. So I've been quite busy building Clicks, which, by the way, it's going to be the best affordable SEO tool in the market. The waitlist is in the description. So I couldn't actually spend any time replying to all these emails. It is quite an arduous task. And so instead, I tried to find the best people in the market to do it for me, to outsource this type of link building. So I ended up trying a bunch of different agencies and freelancers and VAs so you guys don't have to. And I have found the top 3 that I'd personally recommend. Now, 2 of them are agencies that have both brought great results, and one is a VA or a freelancer type that I'll talk about more in a bit. Now, the 2 agencies are ForteAnalytica and Linkifi. And before we talk about the results, I'd like to explain how outsourcing this kind of task works, right? It might seem confusing at first, especially since you're supposed to be responding with your own personal email. And so all you really have to do is create an email for them under your name that they have access to. And then with that email, they sign up, receive, and reply to HARO requests. Here's an example. This is a recent reply right here. So hi there, I'm John, the creator of New.to, popular travel recommendation. Again, guys, I didn't write absolutely any of this. They then ended up answering that query, whatever it was, something related to travel. And then they add in my details. I'm the founder of New.to. Here's the website, here's the LinkedIn, and here's a picture of me with long hair. Pretty sick. And so additionally, they also give recommendations to kind of help your chances of scoring more links. And so I actually got some great inputs. The first was to change my LinkedIn profile to make it seem like I was 100% focused on New.to. So if you actually take a look at my LinkedIn now, you're going to see that everything is relating to New.to. So my little description here, the image, my last experience, founder at New.to, my about, I'm a passionate travel blogger focusing on creating incredible whatever. So all of that is because of HARO trying to score as many links as possible. Now, a second thing that they recommended was to add more trust signals to my website. So I previously did a press release with Magic PR. And by the way, guys, I have to right my wrongs here. It turns out that I totally missed a report that they sent me over email, and that I actually got some really good press from that press release. So that's my bad. The press was actually really solid, and I do recommend working with Magic PR. Now, in that press release, we got mentioned on some pretty cool sites. And so they recommended that we basically add those logos to kind of the homepage. So we got mentioned in Benzinga, in Yahoo, and in MarketWatch. Now, this gives it just some additional social signals so that the journalist sees that we're getting mentioned in other places. And the last thing they recommended is to kind of change this about page and make my personal profile here, given that I was the one that was being pitched to all these journalists, make it a lot more travel oriented and make it seem like I'm a much more travel expert than I am, right? So here we're saying I've traveled to 89 countries. This unfortunately is a lie, but this is something that actually got picked up by some of these publishers. Now, let's talk about these results. So we're going to start off with ForteAnalytica. Started working with these guys recently, and we signed up for 2 backlinks. So we got a really solid DR87, which is just crazy to me. So this is the article right here, rd.com, a DR87. We already have some keywords and it's already getting some traffic. And this is the article right here inside of Reader's Digest. It's an article about water bottles and traveling and all of that. And so if you actually scroll down, we're going to see here I am. So again, this got picked up, 89 countries. That little recommendation that they suggested really worked. So great backlink. There's a second backlink that is kind of pending publishing right now. Again, HARO takes time, and working with these big publishers isn't always easy, but there's a second juicy backlink on the way that I'll report on next month. So great guys, highly recommend working with them. And now the second one is Linkifi, and these guys also pumped out some great work. We got a DR89. So here it is, express.co.uk, DR89, bunch of keywords coming in. This is the specific article. So if we actually scroll down all the way here, we're gonna find, so travel site New.to, Malta, not exactly sure what I'm saying, but we got featured, which is good news. Here's the second one, gobankingrates.com, DR82. Again, another outrageous backlink, some keywords coming in, and this is the full article right here. Super savers, how they spend $100 all the way down. We're gonna find that backlink directly to New.to. Now, the interesting thing about when you're getting published in a lot of these massive websites is that oftentimes smaller websites will see that and they'll repost that full article on their website, or maybe they'll make some changes, but sometimes they will take that specific excerpt where you're mentioned and add it directly on their website. And this actually happened a couple of times. Here's one from that Reader's Digest article. Again, we see that 89 countries again, that was only mentioned in that other article. And then we got that express.co.uk article that got mentioned in a bunch of other news websites. So a DR42, here it is down here, another one, a DR39, DR28. So kind of all over, really interesting to see how that works. Now, let's talk about that freelancer. Unfortunately, I don't have any results to report back on yet, but she's doing some great work pitching a few replies every day. This is her kind of workflow sheet that I wanted to share with you guys just to show all the different things that she's doing. Now, she is in the Philippines, so it is quite affordable to work with her. I'm paying around $30, $40 a week, and she sends a few replies every day. Now, it's not going to be as effective as these agencies, I can assure you of that, but she's doing some great work, so I figured I would also shout her out. If you'd like her contact, then just ping me on Twitter. Now, how do all of these links translate into performance of the website? Well, if you guys remember from the last video, one of the things that I wanted to do was to publish 7,000 plus restaurant pages, which I did. That actually resulted in a bit of a spike. We can see it right here of impressions. If we actually check Ahrefs as well, we're going to see there's a bunch of new keywords, and here's that orange line is the organic traffic. So traffic has spiked a little bit. There's a bunch of new keywords, but the main conclusion is that this website is kind of stuck at a pretty low traffic level. And I have a feeling that regardless of how many links I'm getting, I need to improve the content quality if I want this programmatic travel site to work, especially if we take into account the travel niche these days and how Google is dealing with that, right? They want firsthand experience more and more. And all I'm doing is basically just piling a bunch of data together into one highly optimized SEO page, but it looks like it's not enough. So over the next month, I'll be improving the quality of the content, publishing a bunch more pages, and working on a link bait automation strategy that I actually have a lot of hopes for. I'll see you guys in the next one.